Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so as you guys know from the last video, I had to cut out a section from that's going to be included in this. It's actually going to be right after this introduction. I'm actually doing this with my sound muted for a second because I'm going to be voice-overing basically this section right here because this is the part that was included in the 3-hour recording that I did a couple days ago, and I had to cut it out because it was 45 minutes by itself, and it wasn't ending. So the second part that I'm going to be recording today is going to be tacked on at the end of that video. At this point, Koharu, I'm sorry, but I'm just going to finish out Jupiter. He's almost there. I feel like this is the last episode. I feel like that's going to be the end of the route because it literally says our last mission was finally underway. So that's the second section of this. so if the video is kind of like disoriented in a way because the last section was pre-recorded, I apologize, but I don't know a better way of editing this together. I think I did an okay job in the last one. I left my initial reactions in because I didn't really want to edit them out because you could just hear my frustration as it just kept going. And I wanted to stop it because I was so sick and tired of reading, like 3 hours of nonstop reading and, angst and drama, and my voice was tired. So I needed to take a break so that way I can fully enjoy the ending of this route because I like it a lot. I didn't want to do it injustice service by not being enthused about it because it kept going on forever. Anyway, so yeah, let's finish out Jupiter's route. The blizzard raged on for days. The sun remained hidden. All we can hear was the echo of our breathing within the silence of the cave. Days passed without true conversation that caused us to worry more and more. I yearned to talk to him. I wanted to hear Jupiter call me by my name. Jupiter. I called his godly name, longing for my husband. I buried my face in his fluffy fur.
Chi?
Maybe he will transform back, hopefully soon. She sensed my distress and looked at me, wondering what was wrong. He allowed me to hold him like that. He snorted softly, nudging my cheek with his snout. I lifted my eyes to meet his. His tongue grazed my cheek, encouraging me to stay positive.
Chi. Chi.
Oh, that tickles.
Chi. Chi. Chi.
She wouldn't stop licking my face, maybe because he was trying to cheer me up. I turned my face because it tickled, but he would chase me to lick me more. He was completely focused on trying to lift my spirits.
Chi?
Oh, stop. Our playful antics brought laughter to the cave, but my lingering loneliness wouldn't go away. Back in Lost York, she would transform back into Peter during times like this and give me a kiss on the lips. My desire to kiss him grew stronger.
Chi.
Sensing my emotions, Chi cried out in a sad tone. He moved his face closer and tenderly pecked me on the lips with his nose. Huh? When Chi kissed me in his wolf form, a strange feeling surged within me. It reminded me of the moment we used Keranos to put the humans to sleep. That was when it hit me. Oh? Huh? Oh, he's back! Where Chi once stood, Jupiter appeared in front of me. Just moments before, he'd been incapable of taking that form. In utter disbelief, Jupiter stared at his hands that were formerly his front paws. I know, you've been in that form for so long. He flexed and curled his fingers, checking their responsiveness.
戻れたのか?
The sound of his voice stirred deep emotions within me. I longed for that voice. I missed that face so much. The man before me was my beloved husband. Overwhelmed, I rushed into his arms. Jupiter.
Lineto.
Oh. As we felt one another's touch, Jupiter's return felt more real, and he uttered a heartfelt cry.
戻れた 戻れたぞリネット
Hey, you could take her back now. He held me close, almost too tightly. I felt like I was going to suffocate in his powerful grip. It was different from when Chi would lean his body on me. Now I could feel the warmth of Jupiter's strong, comforting arms. Jupiter, I'm so glad you're finally back.
ああ、これでお前を抱きしめられる。ようやくお前と言葉を交わせるのだ。
His gentle hands cradled my face. Just his touch was enough to bring back a flood of memories, and tears welled up in my eyes. Thank goodness, but what happened? Was it because you ate?
ああ、それもあるとは思うのだが。
He's blushing. He probably just longed to kiss you so much that it just pooped him back into Jupiter. He seemed to be hesitant to explain as he blushed. His gaze drifted. After a while, he gently brushed my lips with his fingers.
そのキスをしたからだ。
The kiss.
ゼウスが言っていただろう。神聖を奪うのはその実際食べるわけではないと。
Did you borrow her powers? Yes, I remember that. Huh? But the last time we kissed, it didn't have this effect.
それはもちろん別にそういう意思さえなければそのようなことは起きぬ。
Oh?
マーズとヴィーナスを見てみろ。あれらは紀元前から何度もしている。だが変わりないだろ
う。Oh, right.
だが今のは食事をしてお前の余力がありそうだったから少し力をもらったのだ。お前が寂しそうにしていたし、私もお前と話せないのは寂しいからな。
Oh, that's cute. He finally kissed her because he's like, you know what? I'm taking some of that power. I need to transform back and hold you. Yes, me too. I wanted to speak with you again, Jupiter. The joy of your return is indescribable. Thank you. He blushed deeply, pulling me into his embrace. It really is him. The warmth of his embrace filled me with nostalgia. With his arms around me, I was in a state of pure bliss. Then I heard him breathe and swallow nervously. Oh. His body began to shift as his hands moved lightly across my back. Jupiter. I looked into his eyes and saw that they were full of longing.
すまない。まだ力が足りぬ。もう少し私にくれないか。
The way he asks that, I wonder. Are we really getting a CG? Oh my goodness. I cannot use that CG. I cannot. There's no way. There's no way I'm putting that on YouTube. So yeah, we're gonna keep this with the current episode. Since there was a CG, I was thinking of separating it, but there's no way I can put this on YouTube. I would get it taken off for sure. Also, that would be highly embarrassing. Before I could agree, his lips claimed mine, pulling me closer. I knew it. As soon as he said that he wants more energy, I'm like, it's probably going to be more than just a kiss. Like, I just know it. As our kiss deepened, we lost ourselves in that passionate embrace. Like a hunter catching its prey, his arms grabbed a hold of me. Though he was back in his original form, he hunted me fiercely as if he was still a wolf. Bitter.
すまぬ。力が欲しいなどいいわけだ。
I know, he just wanted to be intimate with you.
お前が欲しい。私がそう思っているだけだ。
His lips brushed against my neck, prepping it with gentle kisses and bites. The touch of his fingertips was fiery against my cold skin. After all, the earth was engulfed in this blizzard. All we yearned for was each other. was gonna say, it's gonna be cold, right? I forgot. Nope, they're gods. They don't feel the cold. I reached out to him so that we could share each other's warmth.
リネット、愛している。どれほどこの言葉を伝えたかったか。
Me too. I love you, Jupiter.
ああ、私もだ。愛している。
We kissed, expressing our love to one another over and over. Our soft voices resonated in that cave. The exchange of energy was nothing but an excuse. We simply longed for each other's embrace. That was the result of our pure love. We expressed that emotion with our entire being. The sensations were intimate and familiar, our boundless love. A few hours later. So, what do we do now? Oh my goodness. We huddled close together as I inquired about what to do next.
そうだな。私も悩んでいるのだが。
Jupiter was deep in thought as I rested in his arms and on his lap. To compensate for all the time he spent in his chi form, he kept me close, refusing to let me go. While he was chi, I held him repeatedly and cared for him. Perhaps this was his way of thanking me. I'm so calm when I'm in Jupiter's arms. I almost dozed off while on his lap. When he saw me like that, I felt his grip tighten.
すまない。力をもらいすぎたかもしれぬな。まずはもう一度食材を探しに行くとしようか。
Thanks, but I'm okay, really. It's more important for us to do something about this blizzard.
ああ、そうだな。見る限り地球はますます冷えている。おそらく D コンセンテスの神々はまだゼウスを取り除けていないのだろう。
It's been a while since we put the humans into hibernation, right?
ああ、だがあのゼウスが相手だ。かつての主神、神話で語られる全知全能の神だ。神々が束になってもかなわないのも無理はない。とはいえ、多少は解析が進んでいるかもしれない。ひとまず他の神々と合流するためにも居場所を探知するとしよう。
Detect them? You have enough power already. He'd only recently regained his form. I wondered if it would be okay for him to start using his powers against us soon. He smiled bashfully.
お前のおかげで随分と力を取り戻せたからな。それぐらいであればできそうだ。
Most of your power. You took a lot from her. Thank goodness. I'm glad I ate so much.
それは確かにあるかもしれないな。
Eat more food. I remembered all the food we ate. Oysters, hamburgers, crab cakes, donuts, natto, sausages. We ate far beyond the stomach capacity of any human, plus we drank alcohol. Since alcohol was commonly used as an offering to the gods, I drank a lot in hopes that it would aid our recovery. Yes, food really did help replenish our divine powers.
そうだな。それと日光を浴びるのも良いのだが、今は難しいな。
Oh, so you can just sunbathe. Sleep, food, sunbathing, things that benefit humans could benefit the gods too. Speaking of, humans often worship the sun, maybe that's why. There were sun gods and sun temples in many cultures around the world. The sun warmed the entire earth after all. But Zeus is able to nullify the sun's power. Look how cold it is now. Perhaps it was true that Zeus was more powerful than all the other gods combined.
では探知をする。力が足りなくなったらもう一度もらってもいいか。
Yes, of course. I held Jupiter's hand because he looked worried. He smiled faintly before closing his eyes to concentrate. He always did this when using his powers. His body emitted a white glow and his hair began to float behind him. After a while, he exhaled.
どうやらマーズとヴィーナスは拾い忘れた動物を探しに地表へ降りてきているようだ。
You should tell them about the bear.
あとはゼウスの元にいるようだな。
Let's go. I see. Come to think of it, I hadn't seen any mammoths or bears lately. Perhaps Mom and Dad found them and took care of them. I wish they'd find us too. But I heard that only Jupiter had the ability to locate gods. Perhaps that's why Mom and Dad hadn't found us. So do you want to join the other gods where Zeus is?
そうだな。正直また兄上を見るのは恐ろしいが、なせていない以上行くべきだろう。だがまだ少し力が足りぬ。だからその前にもう一度、いいか。
He placed a hand under my chin, gazing at me with pleading eyes. It made me laugh. Jupiter was like a puppy being told to wait for its food. He didn't wait last time, man. He took it. Yes, of course.
ありがとう、リネット。
Jupiter began kissing me with passion. I also longed for a kiss, wrapping my arms around his neck. We kissed to give him energy, but the amount he actually absorbed was minimal. Despite his aggressive kissing, he was restrained in other aspects. He was always gentle and showed restraint, yet deep down he desired more. He was my god of gods, Jupiter. I aspired to become a more powerful god to better assist him. He showed restraint that time. You only got a kiss. The next morning, we woke up to find the sky completely clear, as if the Earth was celebrating Jupiter's return. Goodness, it's gone. However, despite the sunlight, the cold was still harsh and the ground remained frozen. The sunlight was truly invigorating. Just seeing how bright it was made me feel energized. It was different from the way humans' bodies created serotonin. Gods like us received energy directly from the celestial bodies like the sun.
ふう、やはり日を浴びると違うな。あの姿だった時に晴れてくれればよかったのだが。
True, but perhaps the sun came out because you're back in your usual form, Jupiter.
ああ、そうか。それはあるかもしれないな。
Jupiter was the god of lightning, or weather in general. With his powers restored, it was possible that he'd influence the climate. I never truly appreciated the value of sunlight until now. We continued to soak up the sun's energy. Now that I thought about it, Celestia was high above the clouds. We might have been drawing energy from the sun without realizing it. But the sunlight was not enough to melt the snow. The Earth's surface was still frozen solid. Even the oceans were beginning to freeze.
では、行くとしようか。他の神のもとへ。
Yes, let's go. Yes. It's gotta tell us again. We descended underground to the mantle layer. There we were met with troubled expressions from the other gods. The gods of the Diconstants had taken turns sleeping and waking, trying everything they could to move Zeus' stone.
Jupiter 様!
Jupiter, 無事であったか。
すまない。少々力を使いすぎて戻るのが遅れてしまった。状況を聞かせてくれ。
それがもう大変なのよ。ゼウスったらほんと硬くて、もう知恵も品切れよ。
Oh my goodness.
爆弾も塩酸もダイヤモンドドリルも何もかもダメ。何やっても取れないし壊れないのよ。ゼウスったらほんと根性悪いんだから。
She's so upset. It seemed Auntie has tried everything. This was evident from the vast array of tools that surrounded Zeus' stone. There were bombs and chemicals that looked obviously dangerous, yet none of them even left a mark on Zeus.
ポセイドンの海水で押し出せないかも試しましたが、そちらも失敗に終わりました。
むしろ押し負けて海が凍りついてしまった。封印された状態であれとはよほどの執念だ。さすがは我らも封印に手こずったゼウスだな。
このアポロの杖ですら傷一つつかぬ。
僕の寝具でも壊せませんでした。
He looks like the old Cupid, right? Sylvie? He looks cool.
ゼウスの周りに結界も張ってみたが、残念だがそれも効果なしだな。地球の気温がさらに下がっている。
そうか。まずいな。せめてこれ以上は冷えずにできればと思っていたが、それすら難しいのか。これ以上地球が冷えすぎては元通り温めることすら難しいかもしれぬ。
Oh no. We went to great lengths to bring the humans to heaven. If Earth couldn't be restored, it would have been in vain. Explosive chemicals, not even our divine power seemed to work. What else could be done? I wonder if the solar light we soaked up might be useful. But that seemed risky, considering it might inadvertently empower Zeus as well. I wonder whether there were clues from when he was originally sealed. Zeus was confined using the 6 types of love power. The current freezing of the earth was due to Zeus enacting his pre-seal plan to eradicate humanity. This implied Zeus himself was dormant. In that sense, the seal had worked. Could he be destroyed using Cupid's arrow? I remembered the thought to myself hearing that the Diconstants looked at me in shock.
壊すですって？まさかあのゼウスを壊すつもりなの？
Yes, well, Zeus hates the power of love, so I wonder if we can try to destroy him using that arrow.
ゼウスの破壊か。かつて封印した時もそれは不可能だったが、それでも試してみる価値はある。状況も顔ぶれも違うのだからな。
でもキューピッドたちは休眠中よ。基本的に神具は他の神に扱えないはずだし。
いや、ジュノーは元キューピッドだ。おそらく扱えるだろう。
Oh, really? She could use it.
何よそれずるい。私はあんなに。
After everything I went through. No, you cannot have Alexander. Stop it. What do you mean?
おっと、なんでもないわよ。
I know, right? Like, stop. You can't have him.
それよりゼウスの破壊よね。できるもんなら壊しときたいもの。じゃあキューちゃんやっちゃって。
What was that just now? Though Auntie's comment was weird, I brushed it off. With that aside, I went to retrieve the Cupid's arrow, but... There's always a but. It deflected? I borrowed Cupid's arrow from the Cupids, but didn't even make a dent in Zeus' stone. You gotta shoot all the love types again. Could you imagine bringing them all here to hell to shoot them? I thought I could break the stone with the power of love. It seemed to have done something to him during the seal, but it wasn't that simple.
ああ、厳しいわね。D コンセンテスの寝具以外でもこれなんだもの。
封印されているというのに相変わらず厄介だな、兄上は。
海水も大地も、ここまで冷えている。もう地球はダメかもしれぬな。
You know, I just had a conversation about how long some of these people pause, and I swear, Sidon, I have rewound like 5 of his lines because he pauses for way too long, and I cut him off every single time.
なら、月に移住するというのはどうかしら。
Relocating the moon. Wait, what?
私は月の女神ダイアナ。おそらく私ならば移住者たちに加護を与えられるわ。
でも人間が住めるようになるまで何万年もかかるわよ。テレフォーミングってほんと大変なんだから。
だが今の地球ではどのような植物も芽吹かない。ならば他の天体でも変わらないのでは？ミネルヴァが文化を保護しているのだろ
う。まあ確かにいつでも元通りにできるように保管はしてるから文明の再現はできるけど、
だがここは我らが生まれた愛しい星だ。できれば捨て去りたくなどない。
Can you imagine relocating all of them to the moon? I agree. Even if we could rebuild human civilization elsewhere, I do not want to simply abandon Earth. This was the planet we loved. I'd experienced so much and learned about life and love on Earth. Earth was like our home. I didn't want to run away just because of Zeus. I didn't want to give up just yet. Feeling determined, I aimed at Zeus with Cupid's arrow once more. The golden arrow and the leaden arrow. Though I was no longer Cupid, aiming my arrow felt natural. After all, I've been using it for nearly 400 years. But, it feels a little different from last time. Perhaps it was because I was Juno now. Holding Cupid's arrow wasn't as familiar to me as I'd thought. Maybe that wasn't the right way to describe it. It felt as if Cupid's arrow itself had changed. I examined the arrow closely, wondering the reason for this change. I didn't know about it when I was Cupid, but this arrow consumes divine powers. It almost caused me to vanish from existence. I became Juno, so that didn't happen, but to bring the humans to heaven, I'd used so much power that I had to recover alongside Jupiter. I'd managed to restore it after some hearty meals and ample sunbathing. I thought of something, so I turned to address Jupiter. Jupiter, can I talk to you for a moment?
どうした?
There's something I want to verify. Can we ascend above the clouds? You're going to recharge the bow. Jupiter and I left the mantle to soar into the sky. As I took aim with the Cupid's arrow, that was when I understood. I knew it. Above the clouds, the arrow felt more attuned to my hand. The power of Cupid's arrow felt much more familiar in the sky, unlike what it was below the surface. It was because of the sunlight. I'd been firing my arrows from Celestia when I was Cupid. I never tried it below the ground, so I hadn't noticed.
何か分かったのか?
Yes, divine artifacts are weakened when used underground. But when I took aim up here near the sun, it was much more powerful than when I tried it in the mantle.
太陽の。そうか。今は地球の力が弱まっているから、普段よりも多く太陽からの力の影響を受けるということだな。
Earth's power.
神具は天体の力に大きく影響を受けるのだ。普段ならば地球と太陽、他の天体たちから力を得ているが、だが今は地球そのものの力が弱まっている。そうか。それで私の探知も普段以上に苦労したのか。まさか兄上はあの一瞬だけでそこまで考えて。
Jupiter appeared to be deep in thought as his gaze pierced the ground below. It was as if he was staring straight at the stone of Zeus. Zeus tried to wipe out the human race because they were the source of love that had imprisoned him. I wonder if I can shatter Zeus's stone using the divine artifact from up here.
試してみる価値はありそうだな。
How are you going to aim at it though with all of the layers of the Earth's surface like between you? Yes. Harnessing the sun's energy, I aimed and released the bow, but I think I said arrow. It's no use. Cupid's arrow rebounded and returned to me.
本当に頑丈だな。では次は私が。
Jupiter readied Keranos, but before he could unleash his attack, the other gods emerged from the underground.
キューちゃん、今のどうやったの?
Everyone go up here and throw your artifact at it. Huh? Do what?
ダイナマイトでも傷一つつかなかったゼウスの表面にわずかだがへこみができた。そのキューピッドの矢でな。
Really?
どんな液体でも爆弾でも効果がなかったのに、一体キューピッドの矢に何をしたの？
ジュノ、一体何を思いついたのだ?
It's nothing major. I used Cupid's arrow in the sunlight. The sun's energy gave it more power. I was just wondering if exposing the arrow to the sunlight would amplify its power enough to destroy Zeus. After I shared my insight, Auntie looked completely astonished.
キューちゃん、それぐーっとアイディアよ。今はジュノーちゃんだったわね。まあいいわ、それは置いといて。どのエネルギーを使ってもゼウスを破壊できないのが一番のネックだったんだけれど、なければ持ってくればいいのね、他の天体から。
Other celestial bodies. A casual suggestion had appeared to be a turning point in our efforts against Zeus. None of the gods objected to Auntie's idea. They nodded in agreement.
そうだな。やはりそれしかあるまい。
Jupiter, what's going on?
先ほど話しただろ。普段ならば地球と太陽、他の天体たちから力を得ていると。だが月以外の星々の距離は遠い。自然と得られるのは微弱な力だけだ。だが星々に神が降り立てば神具を通して力を伝えられるようになる。このゼウスが嫌う愛の神具に。
So you're gonna shoot him from the stars? Sent to the stars? I didn't know the gods of the Diconstantins could traverse outer space.
ああ、マントルへ行った時のように我らの身であれば宇宙へも行ける。
I mean, why not?
この世の始まりにはカオスがあった。そこから全てが生まれたのだ。この宇宙そのものも。
Jupiter's words were reminiscent of the myth of creation. In the beginning there was chaos. The goddess of the earth, Gaia, was born. She gave birth to the god of the skies, Uranus. After that, Uranus and Gaia created the mountains, trees, flowers, birds, beasts, and the stars. Then they birthed Kronos. From Kronos, Zeus emerged. They were all the gods with cosmic lineage. From the gods' perspective, the earth and the cosmos were one. They were not separate entities.
天体の持つエネルギーは偉大よ。ここから見えるあの太陽だけじゃない、月も火星もみんな大きな力を持っているわ。ということで、みんなで他の天体に行ってキューピッドの矢に力を送りましょう。
Oh my goodness.
実に小気味よい方法だ。宇宙へ行くのは何万年ぶりだろうな。
Is he done? Can I go now?
なるほど。確かに合理的な作戦ですね。
So it was decided that we would be infusing Cupid's arrow with energy from all the celestial bodies in outer space. Doubts crept into my mind. I wondered if I could be able to control such immense power. Sensing my unease, Jupiter looked at me with concern.
ジュノー神、できそうか。
To be honest, I didn't know. I'd never done this before. But the Earth's fate was at stake. I had to do this. As a member of the 12 Olympians, it was my moment to rise. Yes, I will. I will release the arrow.
そうか。頼もしいな。
では決まりだな。
ならば私は月へ行き力を送るとしましょ
う。では私は水星に。
ならばこのマーズは火星だな。
私は金星に行くわ。
When did you get back?
たった今だ。少々取りこぼしがあってな。先ほどようやく地球上すべての動物を保護できたのだ。
I knew it. They weren't finished. The bear that had confronted us had been an oversight. I'd imagined that it was now sleeping soundly in heaven.
でもその間、人間は一人も見かけなかったわ。二人ともお疲れ様。
そうか。取りこぼした者がいないようでよかった。
ということで我らも宇宙へ行くぞ。私の春目があればどこへだって行けるからな。
ええ、
私も使った分の力を星から直接もらいたいもの。私、金星とは相性がいいのよ。
金星、弱きに輝く星だ。確かに美しさで光り輝くヴィーナスにはぴったりだな。
そうか。確かに星に降り立てば使い果たした力を取り戻せるか。やはり我らディーコンセンテスがゼウスに冷やされ疲弊した地球を救うには天体エネルギーを使うのが一番のようだな。ついに始まりの神々が生んだ星々の力を借りる時が来た。それに空にはかつて神々に星座にされた者たちもいる。ゼウスを憎む者もな。それでは星々と共にゼウスを壊すぞ。私たちの愛するこの星を守るために。
By the name of the gods, you shall be healed, you shall be destroyed. We're destroying Zeus, oh my goodness. Our last mission was finally underway. Preparations took place at an amazing speed. Some gods would be responsible for channeling energy from the planets, while others would manage the orbits to avoid potential interference. Gods who had been in hibernation were all awoken. The celestial beings rallied together to save the Earth. It was now time for the gods to embark on their journey to outer space. This is going to be so cool.
では、ゼウスの破壊を頼んだ。キューピッド、いや、ジュノ、いや、リネット。
I wonder if he said that on purpose. He's never called her by the wrong name before. At least not a name that he didn't want to call her by. Before departing, Jupiter hugged me with a look of concern on his face. You stay safe on your cosmic journey, Jupiter.
ああ、主神の身に危険は及ばぬ。私の方は心配ない。
Does that mean there's a danger to her?
だが、天体の力を一つの寝具に集めるなど、これまで一度もしてこなかった試みだ。だからできれば私はお前のそばにいたかったが。
But Jupiter, you are the only one who can harness energy from the planet Jupiter, right? Apollo, the god of light and oracles, had decided which god would venture to which planet. Jupiter was the only god capable of extracting power from the planet Jupiter.
確かにそうだが。
I'll be fine. I know how to use Cupid's arrow better than anyone. After all, I was Cupid for 400 years. Unlike the new Cupids or the other gods, I'd been Cupid for a long time, so I was confident in my ability to wield this divine artifact. I may have become Juno, but my time as Cupid has stuck with me as a valuable experience. I still had passion for the role of Cupid. I recalled when Claris had given me the name Cupid Parasite. Man, it's been forever since I've seen Claris. I loved being a matchmaker, and then I was the goddess of marriage. I was glad to have such an important role. Love was a gentle and kind emotion. I knew this because I had a wonderful husband who worried about me. Thank you, Jupiter, for worrying about me.
心配して当然だ。私は誰よりもお前を愛して大切に思っているのだから。
Jupiter enveloped me in a hug. His embrace was protective, revealing his emotions to me. Jupiter was preparing for his journey to outer space. As a sensitive parasite, he should have been more worried about himself. But he wasn't worried about himself. All I could sense was his worry and affection for me. He was the leader of the gods who placed others before himself. With him as our leader, I trusted the earth would be restored. Jupiter, I love you.
私もだ。愛している。だから不安だ。お前が無事でいられるか。どうか約束してくれ。決して無理はしないと。
You too, Jupiter. Don't push yourself too hard.
それは気をつけるが。だがやはり心配だ。お前をこの星に一人残すのは。
Man, his voice is so serious, like he's never been this serious before. It's okay. I love this planet. I'll protect it with all I have. When all of this is done and civilization is restored, let's hold our wedding ceremony when spring comes. But when I said that, a look of horror crossed his face.
ちーこのタイミングでそれ言うのか
Why would she not say it? I don't understand. Huh? I shouldn't have.
いや、ダメではない。全然ダメじゃないぞ。もちろん、私もしたい。まだできていなかったものな。だが、だな。こういう時に結婚の約束をするのは、死亡フラグだと、ラウルから聞いたことがあるのだ。
Okay, I'm like death flag. I kind of get what he's saying. It's like, when all this is over, let's go celebrate. Well, and then one of them dies because that's how stories go. They think about the ending and then bad things happen because karma. What's a death flag?
ああ、ジンクスのようなものらしい。何かが終わったらこうしようと約束すると必ず失敗するとかなんとか。
But as a god, do you believe in that?
パラサイトハウスの頃に聞いたのだが、自覚があったのか、それを聞いた途端、ギルやシェルビーが落ち込んでいた。
Why would they get depressed? What did they get depressed about? I want to know. Oh, really? I felt nostalgic as I thought about the conversations with the Parasite 5. Our love of humans was partly due to them. It seemed that our time abroad the human realm had left a lasting impression on us. Well, as gods we should prove that a death flag is merely superstition. It'd lift everyone's spirits.
お前はジンクスを信じないのか
Lynette doesn't believe in a lot of things. When I was Cupid, I saw people keep their promises. Couples that pledged to marry after a big trip would do just that. People would endure adversity. They would unite or drift apart, get married or part ways. That was the fact of life. No matter the era, no matter the place.
そうか。そうだな。恋を司る神だったお前が言うならば間違いない。では約束をしよう。すべてが済み、人々がこれまでの生活を取り戻せたら、私たちもまた、人の子らのように結婚式を挙げると。
You look so happy. Yes. Yay, music. With that, Jupiter took off as the other gods also headed to their respective planets to complete their tasks. They ascended at an even faster rate than when we ventured down to the mantle. All 9 planets of the solar system had a designated god to harness his power.
こちらも無事火星に到着した。
私も月に到着した。いつでも始められるわ。
マーキュリー、水星に到着しました。
It sounds so weird in my headphones.
こちらアポロ、太陽のエネルギーを確保した。
プルートも冥王星に到着しました。
こちらヴィーナス。金星もエネルギーはバッチリよ。
こちらポセイドン、海王星に到着したぞ。
照射装置も問題なしよ。これで天体エネルギーをキューピッドの矢に集められるわ。
Yeah, it sounds like they're drifting in and out of like perception range. Everyone is in space right now. I cannot see the other planets through the light of the dazzling sun, but I could hear their voices through our divine artifacts, and I could faintly trace their paths through the sky. Though I did not have Jupiter's detection skills, I could somewhat sense what planet they were on. I mean, they told you what planet they were on.
ジュピター、木星に到達した。ジュノ、キューピッドの矢の準備は良いか
Yes, all set.
では皆の者、行くぞキューピッドの矢に天体の力を送るのだ
Oh my goodness, they're glowing! I could feel the celestial energy from each god coming towards me. It was really about to begin, the pivotal moment. I inhaled deeply as I took aim with my Cupid's arrow. Oh my goodness. I locked on Zeus's stone beyond the arrowhead, Zeus, the former leader who detested love and spewed hate from beneath the earth. He was loved and worshipped by many at one point in time, yet if he chose to curse humanity, then he could not be called a god any longer. With Zeus in my sight, I drew the bow to its limit. The divine artifact was used for matchmaking and now wielded by me, the goddess of marriage. I was everything Zeus hated. Oh my goodness, it's glowing. Look at it. The energy from the plants continued to flow into me. I felt the combined might of 9 sources of power accumulating within the Cupid's bow. In that moment, I sensed a powerful malice deep underground. I know he doesn't want it. It was Zeus. His presence was unseen and unheard, yet the chilling aura he exuded was felt. Oh my goodness, why is it blue? Whoa, it went away. He doesn't want to be shot. He knows he's gonna die. That was when I felt the tips of my hair freeze.
Lunetto, どうした?
The cold is starting to reach Celestia, we have to hurry. But I wasn't ready to shoot. All the power from the distant planets hadn't fully reached my arrow. As I waited for it to charge, the flowers surrounding me began to freeze. The eternal warmth of Celestia was giving way to the cold. Wait, it feels cold? In my divine form, I shouldn't have been able to feel the cold, yet a numbing sensation reached my fingertips. Could it be that Zeus's stone has the power to freeze even Celestia? It was an eternal spring where cold could never reach, but I became aware of the encroaching frost. If this continued, Earth and Celestia would both be doomed. Zeus's stone needed to be destroyed, and quick. At last, the final drop of energy from the last celestial body had reached my arrow.
さあ行け! 今だ!
Yes, you can count on me. I prepared to shoot. Zeus, your desire to kill humanity of your own selfish greed will never align with the god's way. I will not let you destroy the earth. The distant murmur from below the ground had reached me, a whisper saying it's no use. The coldness that crawled up my leg attempted to rob me of my will to fight, but in that moment I released my arrow. Earth is under our protection, you won't have your way, Zeus. Empowered by the 9 separate planets, the arrow flew below the ground, deep into the mantle where Zeus was. And... oh my goodness! He definitely felt that one. I heard a shrill scream echo from deep within the earth. Zeus's stone, struck by Cupid's arrow, crumbled to pieces, and then it disintegrated. Goodness. Is it gone? Are they in Celestia? Like, I think I've seen this before, but it's got the planet Earth. It's got really cool, like, elemental stuff back in the background. Is it over?
地表からゼウスの気配が消えた。完全に破壊できたはずだ。
Thank goodness. I crashed down and heard the tips of my hair break off like icicles. Oh my goodness. Oh right. What's happening on the surface now? I hurried over to view the human realm through the spring and was utterly shocked by what I saw. The world had frozen. Lost York, French Canyon, the seas of Baltimore, everything was frozen solid.
Lunetto!
Jupiter descended from the sky, approaching me. Jupiter? He came at full speed and we greeted each other in a hug.
よかった。よかった。無事で。
I know, she's not even sweating over here. His strong arms embraced me, warming my chilled body. That was when I noticed that I was still shivering. Jupiter, you came back already.
ああ、木星から力を得たからな。主神としての力をすべて取り戻せた。おかげですぐに帰ってこられたのだ。
Can't be apart from you anymore.
お前一人をここへ残していたから不安で。大丈夫か？怪我はないか？
Yes, I'm fine, with the human realm. We looked down at the Earth's surface together. The entire world was covered in ice, causing Jupiter to scowl.
ゼウスめ、最後のあがきとして全てを凍らせたのか。これでは文明を戻すどころではない。
I mean, with him gone, can't it thaw eventually?
ねえ、何かあったの？
I heard Mom's voice through my divine artifact. The other guards started to chime in. Everyone was clearly concerned.
ゼウスが最後に地球を凍らせた。全球凍結。 スノーボールアースが起きたのだ。
Giant snowball.
スノーボールアースですって？
ああ、何億年も前の地球のように人が生きられる環境ではなくなった。本格的に本物の氷河期に突入したのだ。このままでは地球の核までもが凍りつき、本物の死の星となるやもしれぬ。だがゼウスの思い通りになどさせるものか。これから私は地球を温める火山噴火を起こしてな。
Such a cool way to warm the earth. Volcanic eruptions.
それこそジュピターの得意技だな。
Oh, it's his specialty.
ああ、私は主神ジュピターだ。必ずやこの星を蘇らせてみせる。
I don't know why, but I have goosebumps just listening to him talk and revive the planet. It's like, it's just something that only gods can do, and it's like it's not fathomable in any other route of theirs. Jupiter drew out Ceranos and hurled it with all his strength as if he were throwing a javelin.
はっ！地球よ、マグマを循環させ、大地を温めるのだ。
Just stabbed the earth with his spear. You know, that kind of reminds me of World of Warcraft. What expansion was it? I want to say Battle for Azeroth. Where the giant god just stabbed Azeroth with his massive sword. Jupiter's divine powers made the Earth's surface start to quiver and crack. Volcanoes trembled everywhere. But the magma's force was weak. The eruptions were short-lived. The Earth's surface was so cold that it had suppressed the magma's heat.
これほどまでにこの星の力が弱まっているか。
Jupiter held up his hand and Ceranos returned to him. He seemed to be coming up with another plan. He fixed his gaze on the celestial bodies above where the other gods were.
もはやこれしか打つ手はない。やむを得ん。天体図を書き換える。
Redraw the celestial map? What does that mean?
天体図を書き換えるですって？それはまさか。
ああ、一時的に地球を中心にした銀河系にする。すべての惑星を公転させるぞ。
What about the sun? What? Like I know, right?
だがそれでこそ天空の神ジュピターだ。そう来なくてはな。まず問題ないぞ。
How's that gonna warm it up though? Like, is the sun gonna revolve around it too?
もちろん私も大丈夫よ。
This meant that the other planets would have new orbits. With Earth as the new center, everything would surely be in chaos. This defied all the laws of the universe. I know, the scientists are gonna have a field day with this one. Yet that was the plan. Jupiter had claimed it to be possible. The leader of the gods was about to make a miracle happen.
こちらも問題ございません。
ああ、わしもだ。
面白いこと考えるわね。でもその方が効率よく力を注げそうね。じゃあ囚人を変えるわ。
すまない。それでは皆頼むぞ。天体の力を我がケラウノスに。
His staff is just like floating there. He's not even holding on to it. It is. Oh my goodness, this is just epic shot. I love it so much. I think it's gonna replace the CG. Sorry for whoever was looking forward. Actually, you know what? I mean, by the time you are in this part of the episode, you've already seen the CG. So, sorry for those who got excited in the last episode, but this is it. This is this is what I'm using right here. It's so cool. To alter the planetary orbits and reshape the universe's laws, the gods started drawing energy from the celestial bodies. Jupiter let out a battle cry, aiming with his radiant spear.
我が名はジュピター。我こそがDコンセンテスの主神。天候を司る天空神だ。主神ジュピターが命ずる。すべての惑星よ、この星に力を。
Slowly, the planet started to change orbit. Celestial energy from all the parts of the universe gathered and converged into Jupiter's divine artifact. In time, the planets began to revolve around the Earth. The power of the stars was harnessed to preserve one single planet.
行け、すべてのマグマよ、活性せよ。
Oh my goodness, what is this? The Earth's crust fractured, allowing the magma to erupt powerfully. New volcanoes were created all over the surface, heating up the lands. Ah, this is such a good route. I can't describe how excited I am right now. I feel like Alan's route is going to be lackluster compared to this because with this game being revolved around gods, like this feels like the one true route. Like in this game anyway, it just does. Even in places previously devoid of volcanoes, magma surged, coloring the terrains in a fiery red. Clouds parted, revealing the shining sun, accompanied by twinkling stars. The power of the stars had enforced the rebirth of the planet. A new creation myth was about to begin. Ah, that's the end, sweet and spicy darling. Ah, the creation of a new myth. Oh my goodness, that's how it ended. You guys have to wait until the next video to see what happens. I'm so sorry. Like I can't believe I'm already done. Like, okay, I guess it's okay that the music's still good. I'm just gonna turn it down just a little bit though. I forgot what I was gonna say during all of this, but oh, like since I started reading this, I've been on the edge of my seat, just anticipating how this is going to end, what's going to happen. Are they going to save the planet? Are they going to save everyone else? So I couldn't post anything. Let's see, 2 days ago because that's when I finished it. I think I posted something yesterday. I don't actually remember anymore. I think I did. But yeah, because I recorded a 3-hour video a couple days ago, I was kind of having to catch back up in a way. I did edit an hour of it that same day, but I just couldn't finish it. So I edited the second hour today, or yesterday, sorry, and posted it. And then I finished editing the second part of the video, the one that's being released today with this. I edited that today, and then I was going to finish out the route and include it and then release it as well. So, but it's been 26 minutes and we're done. So this is going to be early night for me. And do I want to do Koharu? Do I want to do the endings, or do I want to do Battlefield Waltz? Because it's Wednesday and I don't want to wait till Friday. Especially since my husband's going to be off work. I can't record Friday at all because he's going to be home. So, I really want to do the endings. Like, are you guys going to be mad at me if I don't do Koharu next? How long has it been since Koharu? I don't even know how many people watch both of these on my channel. I know there's probably some Cupid Parasite, there's some 9RIP fans that don't watch both, but Koharu's been 5 days and he's going to be like 6 days probably after this, but I just feel like I really want to do the endings. I want to do the endings so bad. I don't know, like it's not resolved and the endings is where it's going to be resolved and I just need it. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the episode here so I can finish editing this and post it, and then I mean, if you guys want to comment and say, hey, yeah, do Koharu, then I'll do Koharu, but well, I'll probably do both. I'll probably record Jupiter's Endings and Koharu and, you know, figure out which one I want to edit for tomorrow. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, drop a like down below and or subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.